There's a base game update for The Sims 4 today that I wanted to talk a little bit about, partially because they claim it's gonna have some pretty decent bug fixes, but also because it's got another really random feeling brand collab. I don't know why they seem to have this fascination with designer brands, but this one is a collab with Coach. I'll be the first to admit, I am not like a designer purchaser. I don't really know anything about most of these brands. I really associate Coach with handbags and purses, but I think they also make like belts and clothes and stuff. And this is not the first designer collaboration they've done with The Sims 4. A while back, we got a stuff pack that was a collaboration with Moschino, and that was the first time that I'd ever heard of that brand. I'm not really in the loop, so I didn't know about them before that, but I thought that collab was kind of a flop, partially because the pack was weird. I mean, it was a paid stuff pack, so it was $10, and it had a weird mix of like some pretty solid photography gameplay that I still use a lot to this day, and then also some recreations of real life designer clothing that I thought were kind of bad and hard to use. And to go alongside it, they collabed in real life and started selling $600 Sims t-shirts. And I think that is where the biggest miss with that collab was, because I just don't think there's a lot of overlap between the audiences of Sims and these designer brands. I don't really know any Simmers that want to be spending $600 on a kind of ugly t-shirt. Way back when in the Sims 2 era, they collabed with IKEA, and I think that's a better example of a collab that works because the brands kind of fit together better. I mean, in this room alone, I've got 2 IKEA Alex drawers, an IKEA desktop, 2 IKEA shelves behind me, and an IKEA bookshelf on this side of the room. And like, you could be watching this video from an IKEA couch as we speak. It's just a much more attainable, reasonable, like realistic collab, I think. That kind of thing, as opposed to designer brands, I think is a much more attainable and realistic collab for the Sims audience. And then the other kind of notable brand collab with Sims was MAC. That one was fortunately not paid content. It was a base game update with some new makeup, but it was really poorly constructed, like poorly done makeup. It's kind of become a meme in the Sims community just how bad that MAC makeup update was. And let's not forget, maybe even worse, the SpongeBob packs plural from last month. The Sims just has a long history of kind of failed brand collaborations, and maybe fail is a strong word, but I sort of perceive all of these as unsuccessful. So me, if I was a major brand, I probably wouldn't want to collab with The Sims, so it's just interesting to see it continue to happen. This is the blog post they posted yesterday about the Coach collection. It comes with 9 new items, and I think everybody's expectation is that it's gonna be Cass items, but interestingly, there's some build buy stuff. There's a heritage trunk and also the Coach Tabby and Brooklyn bags. So those are build items, not Cass items. When I first saw the teaser, I really got my hopes up thinking there was gonna be purses in Cass, but none of the screenshots they have shown have a Sim holding a purse. So I think they're just bags that you can decorate with, but we'll check in game in a minute. There's also Soho sneakers, varsity jackets, and sleek skirt sets. And they made some new Sims and they've put the household on the gallery for you to download. I don't really care about that too much, but I guess that's interesting that you can play with the Sims if you wanted to. And then this is the laundry list that they posted last week about the bug fixes coming in this update. So we will go through the patch notes in this video and kind of check all of that out together, but the update just released. So my game is updating right now, and I want to look at the new things first. Also, I think I'm posting this video a day late. I just won't have enough time to get it edited to post today. It's very unfortunate timing, so for that I apologize. So when you're seeing this, the update was actually yesterday, but for me, it's happening right now. I also feel like it's taking longer than normal, but maybe I'm overthinking that. Hello? Update failed. Oh, okay, cool, good. I'm just gonna press play and see what happens. All right, I made a sim real quick so that we can start in Cass. I guess the one problem is I don't actually know what is coming, so I'm just gonna have to look around. Oh, it's very obvious. It says Coach at the top, so they'll tell you what's coming. All right, well, we have this new jacket. It's in Simlish, which is a lot better than what I was expecting. I thought it was gonna be in English. Oh, there are English swatches, but it also comes in Simlish. Right, but the Simlish is the top version. That's always my preference, and I complain about that every single time they do something like this. I do not wanna see English words in my game. I don't wanna see anything legible at all in my game. I want it to always be Simlish. I actually don't mind this. I will admit, I came into this with very low expectations. This looks a lot better than I thought. I don't care for these swatches at all, but I don't dislike the Simlish versions. It's kind of a cute jacket, and it's nice to have new clothes, so I'll take it. And then we also have this new t-shirt. Texture looks kind of bad, but it is what it is. There's some interesting swatches on here. I don't know if there's a reference, I don't really know it, but they have the same versions in English as well. Yeah, that looks really bad. Like really bad. It's shaped weird, the lettering looks weird, it's like fuzzy. Their stuff didn't used to be like this. Like not all of the clothing has fuzzy texture. I mean like this one's a little bit fuzzy, but it's definitely better. I guess I'm being dramatic though, because like this EA Sports one's been around for years and years and it also looks bad. I think they just really struggle with trying to transfer artwork onto the t-shirts because there's always some weird textures going on with it. Okay, well, I don't like this swatch, but I like the fact that it's a boxy, baggier t-shirt because we have a lot of really tight fitted t-shirts in game like this one, and that's not my favorite. I kind of prefer for them to have a wider fit like this. This is the kind of cut of a shirt that I am more likely to wear in real life, although I'm not buying a Coach shirt. Do they sell shirts? I'm exposing myself as knowing absolutely nothing. Oh my God. Okay, this one kind of looks like the shirt that we got. It's $125. Well, I don't like it. I don't like the print. I don't like that it's red. Oh, I think they kind of made this one in game. Well, this one is half off. It's only $90. Oh, they have this one in game too. Shrunken t-shirt. Yeah, I just don't like it. It's not really my vibe, but that one is $75. Oh, here we go. This is the exact shirt. Horse and carriage t-shirt in organic cotton, $125. I don't really like that it's cropped. I'm sorry, I'm being a hater. I'm acting like I'm gonna buy any of these. I'm never gonna buy any of this stuff. I absolutely, under no circumstances, am ever gonna buy any of this. Also, in real life, it's white. This one is blue. Maybe there's a blue version I don't know about. I don't really care to dig through the website. We also have these new sneakers. Okay, I kind of like those. I actually don't mind the C logo on those either because it's kind of small and like not intrusive. And I'm always looking for more sneakers in this game. So I actually do like that. I'm glad that we have those new sneakers. And there's new Coach jeans. Oh, you know what? Some nice new baggy jeans. Those are kind of interesting. With the cheetah print. You can see their logo up there, but you know, mostly it'll be covered. Interesting. Let me make one more sim so we can see the rest of it. So feminine frame sims by default have all the same stuff plus an extra jacket. Okay, interesting. So we have the same shirts and everything, but we also have this jacket. It's like a little leather jacket. I think that's cute. I like this plaid variant that they have. And then they have a matching skirt. I think it's all the same colors, yeah. Okay, I think that's nice. Same sneakers. How many is that? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 if you count the other shirts. Didn't they say there was 9 items? Oh yeah, plus the 3 build ones. Okay, that makes sense. So that's everything in CAS. Oh, I like the jeans. I do like the jeans. Those are pretty cute. I think I'll use those. I think I could see myself actually using all of this stuff. I'm really pleasantly surprised by the Create a Sim items, and I like that it's free. I would never want to spend money on a Coach pack for The Sims 4, but to give me a handful of items and they're like nice, I don't mind that. Okay, ignore this. I'm like partially through a build video. Just barely starting a build video for this weekend, but I want to look at the items now. Do you think if I search Coach? Oh yeah, okay. The Coach Trava trunk, the Coach Brooklyn bag, and the Coach Tabby bag. Oh, does this only have Coach in English? Oh no, it does have a Simlish logo version. Oh wow. What is it? A versatile classic designed to enhance all your journeys. Okay, but is it like a dresser or? Yeah, okay, it's a dresser. That's what I wanted to know. What about the Brooklyn bag? The Coach Brooklyn bag is an easy, elegant daily driver. Its clean lines and modern design allow your personal style to shine through brighter than ever. It has blue, pink, black, green, brown, and also brown. This one always says Coach, but I guess you could like rotate it backwards so you don't see the label. And the Tabby bag is an icon for a reason. Timeless, but always on trend. It's designed to complement all the expressions of your style however you're feeling today. I do like how they've got the bag charms on there. I think that's kind of cute. And I like the pink swatch. This one's like distressed. Interesting. I'm guessing these are probably like famous bags. Yeah, the Tabby shoulder bag is $450. The Brooklyn bag, one of them is $295, one of them is $395. I'm guessing it's a sizing difference. I mean, they're nice purses. I don't know why I'm checking on them in real life. It's just interesting. I don't own any designer purses or anything, so I'm just like intrigued, I guess. It is actually also kind of a cute clutter item to like put on your Sims dresser and put on display. The only thing is, I don't think there's any, there's no gameplay. You can't hold them, you can't use them. There's no gameplay tied to either of these. They just sit there like clutter. There is gameplay, oh my. There is gameplay with the trunk. You can wear a confident Coach outfit. Oh. Oh, and the clothing makes the sim. Dress for the job you want, as they say. Oh, what about remove the costume? Wear a playful Coach outfit. Playing dress up doesn't get old, it just gets more fun. What about a flirty Coach outfit? No. No. Seductive style. Okay, well, it works like the costume trunk then, but you can't wear costumes. You can just wear coach outfits. You can use this to get people on your lot to all wear like certain clothing. Maybe we should try that. Let's make a test club. It doesn't matter who's there. Okay, so once they're all spawned in, do you want to come into my house? Call to wear swimming wear. Does it work? Oh yeah, they all change. Okay, see, that's actually kind of a useful gameplay feature too, because we don't have that in the base game. I think the costume trunk from Lovestruck can do that. It's like the same mesh, just changed. Yeah, so the Lovestruck one can do that, but if you don't have Lovestruck, you can use the coach one now. So that's interesting. It's kind of like a gameplay feature. I'll probably never use the dressing in coach outfits thing. I just like, I don't know. I don't love being advertised to in this way in my game, but I guess mostly it's not that intrusive, and I do actually like the items. I think I can use all of the cast stuff, and I like these build things. I am sad that they didn't make wearable purses, but I'm not surprised that they didn't make wearable purses. I think there's probably a lot of issues with it clipping if they try to make them, so they're probably trying to avoid that. The only times we've gotten purses in game, there's like a couple of outfits in cast that have like a bag attached to it. Even like one of the toddler outfits got a backpack on it, but it's really flat. It's like a very small, like pretend backpack almost. I think that autumn apparel kit from a few months ago, I think that one has like a purse on the side of one of the full body outfits, but they do it very rarely. I would love to see a proper purse accessory category, but I just don't know if that's ever a thing that's gonna happen. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts are on this update down below. I'm gonna go refresh and see if the patch notes are out now so we can see the bug fixes. Oh, you know what I didn't check actually is the price of those things. While we wait. It's 400. Oh, okay, in terms of base game dressers, that's one of the cheapest ones. So that's kind of nice. This bag is 200 and the other bag, the smaller one, is 240. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Don't we have another purse somewhere? I think it's the Modern Luxe kit. This one's 520 and it's smaller, and it also has makeup. So I guess that makes sense, it's got more. But there is another decorative purse in game, so it's not the first one we've gotten. And we have like decorative backpacks and stuff too. Anyway, well, it's been almost an hour and there are still no patch notes. So I'm gonna start with the laundry list, and I'll link this and the patch notes down below for you to read them all yourselves if you want to. I wanted to point out a couple of highlights of the most important bugs they're working on fixing. The top reported issue on the forums was a server error while uploading to the gallery or your library. It was mostly an issue on console, but it could happen sometimes on PC. So I guess they tried to change some things to minimize the frequency of this happening to people. I have a lot of gallery issues. I've never had that gallery issue. The gallery is just so bug-ridden and nightmarish. There's always something new going wrong with it, this being one of them, but apparently they fixed that. So if you've been having any issues with this, it should hopefully be better. Interestingly, they fixed an issue back in December where child, teen, young adult, and elder sims didn't have clothing visible under their privacy mosaic, and they're fixing it now for the remaining age groups. So what? Infant and toddlers? The wording of that is weird, right? The remaining age groups? Overall, the wording of that is kind of confusing because in that update, they fix it so that Sims could be actually naked again underneath the privacy blur. And what I mean by that is, for some reason, they all had default underwear on underneath the privacy blur. They didn't used to, and then it started happening again. So you know that like default orange bra and underwear and like the default black boxers that they wear? You could see those, like you could see the orange underneath the privacy blur. They changed it so that in new saves, the Sims won't have that anymore. I guess they're just continuing to expand upon that change. But as far as I'm aware, it's still only in new saves because I think there's like a hidden naked outfit that your Sims have. I think you can also edit it with mods, and I know this because I do these Sims Unpause streams where I leave my game running for 24 hours straight, and in it, I like to make a bunch of costumed characters like Stanley Humphrey. I made a shark once, and I wanted them to still wear the costumes when they were showering, so I used MC Command Center to make them wear the costume when they were naked. But I think the reason it won't work in previous saves is that all of the Sims in the previous saves have underwear on in that naked category, but now they won't, I guess. Hopefully I'm explaining that well, and hopefully that's actually how it works. But that, I think, is why it's only in the new saves and not the old ones. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that's correct. This is probably the most important one. We fixed a notable instance of Sims standing around and not caring for their infants. While holding infants, Sims were playing an idle animation that delayed responsiveness to cute interactions. This idle was removed, and we hope to further address additional infant issues in future updates. Oh my God. Thank God. Infants are so unbearably frustrating to play with because of that, the Sims just standing there. So hopefully it's been significantly improved. Oh, also the patch notes are out now. I got a little bit too carried away. I started too soon. This is the same thing though. The top 5 most voted fixes. The next one, we fixed an issue where memorial portraits and graduation photos would no longer display a Sim's image and appear blank. This fix does not address portraits and photos that were already broken, but it will work on old saves for future gameplay with these objects. So what that means is they know the photos are busted. They They can't fix the existing busted photos, but hopefully it won't happen again to your new photos. I am really sad about that. I kind of figured that it was a lost cause, that the pictures that were destroyed couldn't be gotten back, but I guess it's good that they fixed it because I play a lot of legacy saves in my gameplay. I use a lot of memorial portraits. That's the one from Life and Death where you can like put the photo of your dead sim on. So it's been really sad to not have access to them. It literally is just a blank, plain white screen. You can't see the photo at all. I'm confused about what it means with portraits and photos that were already broken. Like, am I gonna be able to use it for dead sims that are dead already? Or does it have to be only new dead sims? I don't really get that, but I guess we'll test it and see as we play over the next few weeks. Also, household small business employed sims will no longer receive a miss work or school UI pop-up when opening a small business while the sim is at the work or school rabbit hole. So that's nice. It won't like force them to come home from work or school to come work at your small business. They did a couple things to try to fix some save corruption. I don't really understand these. Like, it's hard for me to explain these because I don't really get it. I guess there was one with an endless load from Adventure Awaits and one about apartment buildings that was causing problems. There's a bunch of photos and paintings that they tried to fix. Oh my god. Paint by reference paintings will no longer turn white after being put in a sim's inventory. And this is retroactive, so it should fix in previous saves where it had occurred. Photos captured with the phone or camera will no longer turn black once they've been mounted on a wall and the game is relaunched. This fix is not retroactive. Oh, so my legacy pictures that are broken are always broken. They aren't gonna get fixed. I figured they were stuck broken, but that sucks. Okay, but apparently it will prevent this from happening in the future, even in old saves. I'm not handling that well. I've got like stacks and stacks of broken photos in my legacy save that I've just been hoping and praying would like magically reappear and be fixed, but I guess it's a lost cause. So that really stinks. So this is the same thing with photos in your inventory or in storage chests breaking. It's not retroactive, but they fix it so it won't happen again. You couldn't create a copy of paintings for a while, but they fixed that, so it'll give you a real canvas, not a blank canvas. And also celebrity autographs were breaking and they fixed that too. So I assume it's all the same problem and they managed to somehow solve it, but I don't want to think about my photos. It's making me upset again. It's like the final confirmation that they're still broken and are gonna stay broken really sucks, but anyway. There were a couple of hair swatches that were missing. They have re-enabled the swatches so that you can access them. Oh, even like this face paint is available for toddlers now. I guess these are all things that apparently were already there but were hidden from us. So they've given us access to them. All right, I might not read every single one of these out loud, but I'll point out the highlights of this general bug fixes list. They fix sims not getting need gains while at work or school, so that's helpful. Toddler and infant needs will now also increase while at daycare properly. So toddlers and infants will actually get like fed and given attention, so that's nice. Imaginary friends will no longer reset and disappear from the relationship panel after returning from another lot. That's huge because I had imaginary friends and I would be close with them and then they would just disappear and like make me start over with a new one again. So I guess they fixed that. We fixed all reports of the camera being obstructed by trees in gallery preview views of lots. No shot. Every single one. I actually can't even believe my eyes. This has been a problem for years. I mean, these are some screenshots of it so you can kind of see what they mean, but these are people trying to upload things to the gallery and it's uploading like this. You can't even see the build from trees that are off lot, not trees on your lot. They're just trees in the environment. Wow. Huge if true. That's really cool. Also, maids and butlers will now once again try to mop puddles instead of vacuuming them fruitlessly for hours. I'll believe it when I see it because they keep trying to fix that and it doesn't work. But we'll see. They also addressed a large swath of tagging bugs, making cast and build mode sorting more accurate. The lump of clay can now get creativity skill gain for children. They changed the bonsai tree to be an indoor plant. Wow, from like loads of random packs too, like this stack of books thing from Cats and Dogs is now a bookshelf. The outdoor patio piece from Cats and Dogs finally counts as a picnic table. They made a lantern from Seasons count as actually being a candle and work off grid. They even changed a lot of cast tagging for like hair textures and like where the shorts and pants and things fit. Like this jumpsuit got moved from short dresses to the jumpsuits subcategory. It's hard because they tell you about these things, but they don't give you a picture. So if you don't recognize what they're talking about, you wouldn't know. But hopefully these should all make it easier for you to find things in game. Even things like the makeup from Lovestruck you couldn't use in hot and cold weather, but they fixed that so you can now. Some of these I didn't even know were categories, like brimless hat. I don't think I've ever looked in the hat category and like tried to subcategorize the hats. But I guess there's a brimless hat category. Wow, and they also included a change log for modders at the very bottom of the list. That is very interesting. I will admit they've put a lot of effort into being more transparent about the updates and about things that they're working on. And there's been a noticeable improvement in the past like 6 months. So I do appreciate that. And there's a lot of bugs that have really bothered me for a long time that they fixed in this patch. So I'm gonna link, like I said, the full patch notes and also the laundry list and the blog post about the coach stuff in case you wanted to go and read those things for yourselves. Well, I think that just about covers everything that came in the update. Before I go, I want to take a little second to talk a little bit about some of my plans for the channel. I just posted a big, long community post basically saying this exact same thing, but I kind of wanted to say it again here. It is my intention moving forward to continue making videos like this one where I cover free stuff for The Sims 4. So think like base game updates, free rewards events, you know, stuff like that. That's why I didn't make videos about the most recent creator kits, and unfortunately that also means that I won't be making a video about the trailer that comes out tomorrow. This is the only time that I'm going to address that new pack because I don't want to promote it in any way. My hope is that it won't sell very well and the lack of sales will send a clear message to EA about how strongly the community feels about the sale of the company. I want them to regret the decision to sell the company, and I understand that I am just one Sims girl and The Sims is not even their main game, but this is sort of the only way that I know how to do something about it, and I don't think that it's likely for the sale to stop at this point, but I'm gonna keep dreaming that it will. I can't properly express to you how heartbreaking this is for me. I just deeply, deeply wish that this wasn't happening, because in an ideal world, I would love to geek out about a new pack and play with it loads here on YouTube. That's what I've been doing every single day for the last 10 years of my life. But just right now, I believe that promoting a new expansion pack, even just by talking about it, is irresponsible. And I know that a lot of people are going to be really disappointed by that decision because a lot of you come here for information on new Sims packs. So for that, I am really, really sorry. I truly love The Sims and I love doing reviews of packs, and I so badly wish that I could continue doing that right now. I just don't think it's right, and for that reason, I will not even unintentionally promote their packs by playing with them. I also understand that this might seem a little bit hypocritical because I did make a video about the SpongeBob packs, but when I made that video, I truly did not realize that it would come off that way. My intention when I made that video was to try and show off how lazy, bad, and cheap they were being by making such ridiculous and poorly executed content. Those kits were already being promoted so heavily, like on the home screen of the game, that I figured everybody already knew about them. So I hoped that by covering them critically, I could discourage people from buying them and spending money on it. I guess I just thought that it was such an unbelievable misstep from EA that it kind of needed to be talked about. I didn't think about it as choosing SpongeBob slop over any other pack, but I do completely understand why some people see it that way. I had this all buy it so they don't have to mindset, but after I posted that video, a lot of people were really frustrated and disappointed in me for doing it. They were disappointed that I bought it and that I promoted it at all, even by talking about it negatively, and I absolutely understand that, and I truly apologize for letting you down. I did really appreciate everybody having such thoughtful discussions about it in the comments of that video. Your perspectives there have really helped me with making decisions on future content, and I'm just mentioning it again here because I don't want it to seem like I'm being hypocritical or like making these decisions lightly. I really am trying to do the right thing here. This is just an unprecedented, awful situation with no clear right path forward. This EA sale has put every single Sims creator in an extremely hard place, and everybody's gonna have different thoughts on what the right thing to do is. And I guess I'm sort of just taking this day by day and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with my channel and my videos in the future. That's part of why I've been making a lot of Animal Crossing and House Flipper content in addition to my regular Sims videos lately. I know that you're all here for The Sims, but I'm trying to slowly introduce some other games that I also love. And I'm gonna keep making videos about The Sims and about pre-existing Sims content. Like that's not gonna change. But I do also know that posting anything non-Sims is a huge change for my channel. I know that I'm gonna alienate a lot of my audience by doing that, and I really appreciate all of you who are like excited about that Animal Crossing content because it truly means the world to me. And also, can I just say one more thing about The Sims? They are really stupid for doing the trailer on the same day as the Animal Crossing update. It's almost poetic in a way, with The Sims like crashing and burning and Animal Crossing rising from the ashes. This is gonna be the last expansion pack for The Sims 4, so I wish that this wasn't the situation that we were in. I would love to cover it, but I hope you understand why I've decided not to. And again, I'm just not going to talk about it more after this video. I'm just going to pretend that it does not exist. But hopefully this kind of clarifies some of my plans for the future and also answers some of your questions. I feel really, really weird and bad and sad about this. Like this whole thing just sucks so bad. I assume probably a lot of you also feel the same way. So we're all in this together. We're going to figure it out. This will hopefully be a really fun week because of the Animal Crossing update coming out. Just in case you didn't know, back in November of 2021, they were like, yeah, Bessies, this is the last update ever for Animal Crossing. The game is done. We're never going to update it again after this. So for years, we were all like, well, Animal Crossing's done, but it's still fun, so we'll just keep playing it. And then randomly, like 2 months ago, coincidentally, right after I started posting Animal Crossing videos on YouTube, they announced the first update in 5 years. No warning, just surprise, we're going to have a huge 3.0 update coming to New Horizons, and that update comes out tomorrow, or I guess actually comes out tonight, Eastern time. This is like a miracle for me personally. It's like when I needed her most, Animal Crossing Crossing came back to me. Animal Crossing first came out in March 2020, which obviously was a really bad time. I was also in my senior year of college and just really, I was going through it back then. Animal Crossing could not have come out at a better time for me personally in my personal life at that point. Like, I needed this game back then. It carried me through the next like 3 years after release. And now, like, everything is kind of bad again. And guess who came back to me? Animal Crossing, she never lets me down. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the update tomorrow. I'm sorry I've just been like yapping at the end of this video. A lot of you probably don't even care about this, so I'm sorry. But have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching and for sticking by me through this really weird, bizarre time. And I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow, okay? Bye, everybody. Hey, so how about the weather? What's it like where you are? Me like awkwardly trying to change the subject because the end of the video was weird vibes. I'm sorry, I don't know. This is a weird one for me.